Five, four, three. Hello everyone, Shaitan again with another game between the red Terran here on Metalopolis, Isahara's cArn, and the pink Zerg in the upper left location on Metalopolis, Stephano. This is a game from the group stage series between these two players at ESWC. Unfortunately, the games weren't labeled with what game number they were, so this is just a game. We'll go ahead and call it game number 2. Stephano is up in the best of 3, 1-0. So we will see if he can close out the series or if it will be forced to a deciding game 3. Now the players are in close air position, so this means that Dropshipper, Medevac Grass and Nautilus Grass are going to be very, very strong on this map. We do see the players conversing in French, as both of them are French. Je me rappelle de toi. I used to know French, I do not know it anymore. And Stephano is actually revealing to cArn where he is, so cArn is going to be able to go over here and scout, maybe even if he wanted to, get down a block on the hatchery. We do see that Stephano is asking whether it was in a ladder or a tournament, and cArn is saying it was in the final of a tournament. But what they're talking about, not really quite sure, but cArn is getting up the barracks at a normal time. It doesn't look like it's going to be any sort of 2 racks opening. But we'll see if he decides to get the refinery. He should be getting it now. It does go down, so probably going to be seeing Reactor Hellion expand from cArn. Very, very popular. He should be able to block this hatchery, and it looks like he's going to do so. We'll see if he's going to try and drop down an engineering bay. I don't think that's going to be effective, especially with Stephano bringing down the second drone. But cArn is doing a very, very nice job delaying right here. He's up to 400 minerals, and there it looks like the hatchery finally goes down. Really, really nice delay there from cArn. More players should be doing that. Just anything you can do to delay that hatchery from going down is always going to delay the Zerg's economy. And if you're going for some type of Hellion pressure, it's going to be that much longer until the creep extends to about here where you want it to be to get a spine crawler off to really prevent that harassment. We do see Stephano getting his spawning pool and then a gas. He wants to get the early Ling speed for any sort of Hellion pressure, and we'll see if cArn can really tighten up his build this game. Last game he was floating a lot of minerals, a lot of gas unnecessarily before he dropped down his double factory. So we'll see if he does the same thing. He should be dropping a factory down right about now, and it looks like he is moving to go do so. No, he's just continuing to pump out these Marines, and we're going to see the same thing happening there. So there's the 1 SCV, 1 Marine, 2 Marines on the way, but those really aren't going to do anything, especially that SCV goes down. Stephano does pull 4 or 5 drones down. That's going to be more than enough to drive these away. And we do see the spawning pool is complete. Some Zerglings will be on the way as soon as... No, he's not even... He made just drones. Very nice play from Stephano. He knows that without the SCV there, this attack is just not going to be all that effective. And again, just the small things. Notice how Stephano made the weakest drone into the spine crawler. He doesn't... he knows that's the drone that's going to be at most at risk of from dying to this Marine, and again, he's pulling the injured drones away, etc. But we don't see him overreacting. He's only making the 2 Zergling. He's getting 2 Queens up, and all of that combined with this spine crawler will be more than enough to get that down. Now, again, interesting, we see that cArn is going for this double factory build. Again, a little bit of mispositioning on this one, unless he doesn't want to get an add-on on it. And we see the command center going down as well. So I think cArn, I guess, has this timed out so that he can get 2 factories after he drops this command center, which is interesting, but it really leaves him very weak. If we look right now, he has 2 Marines. He's not making any more. He's not even using this as a, maybe make a reactor here, make your opponent think it's a normal reactor Hellion expand, but have a second factory over here with a tech lab on it to be researching blue flame. Something along those lines. We see cArn relocating the factory. So it looks like he's going to be opening with blue flames again, but I think he could refine this build a lot. I mean, look, he's at 100 something gas. If he had just built this reactor over at the front on this barracks, it's not doing anything right now, and then feign a reactor Hellion expand. But we do see there is a spine crawler up, so that'll be decently effective. There should be another one right around here, so the Hellions can't just skirt around, but we'll see how cArn does it. I do like that he's patrolling this Marine around. He doesn't want the Overlord to see, and he should catch... Oh, a little bit of bad timing for cArn right there. Oh no, Stephano's just going to stop right there, but he has nice Marine positioning all around. But still, only 3 Marines right now. He's getting his first Hellion. The reactor is almost done. The orbital command is done. And I think as soon as he gets 2 or 3 Hellions out, he should move this orbital command out since he'll have map control. We do see the Zerglings. What are you doing, cArn? Oh, cArn. That was really, really stupid. I don't understand what cArn was doing. He saw 6lings coming in, opened up the depot, and let them all in. They did go down, but if we look at Stephano's cam, we see that he knows exactly what is coming. He's getting lots of drones, he's getting his lair, he should be trying to wall this off. He has an Evo chamber over here, he has the Queen which can block off this tiny little pathway, and then I would like to see maybe 1 or 2 more spine crawlers just to be absolutely certain, as lings really aren't going to be all that effective against Blue Flame Hellions coming 3 at a time. But we do see Stephano is also getting ready to take his 3rd base. Interesting choice there. The Hellions aren't really going to be able to do that much damage to it, obviously, but he's not going to really be able to mine from there either, although I guess it is better than just getting a macro hatch because you set yourself up for the potential of a base there later, but the Hellions are moving out right now. There's 4 of them. They're not really going to be able to do all that much. The Spinecrawler is poking away as it can, and now there's 6 of them. That might be able to do some damage, but Stephano moves his queens out. He's actually moving the Spinecrawler out. A bit of a weird choice there. Stephano's going to be forced to pull some lings to sort of force them away, so they can't just pick at this. He should be picking a lot more at this Spinecrawler, doing as much damage as he can, but now he needs to get away, taking unnecessary damage, and the lings are coming from Stephano, forcing them back. He has 1 damage right now. He's going to attack the Menk statue and go home. Really nice creep spread, too, from Stephano. He has these 2 creep tumors over here to spill creep down on the bottom, really just do as much as he can, and he's doing really whatever he can with these Hellions, but look at his money. It's really sort of skyrocketing. He doesn't seem to have much of a direction to go with it. It has dropped a bit when he's making all of this, but it looks like he's going to be going for a mech play build, so really what he's going to want to do is keep some map control with these, maybe scan, kill some creep tumors. He should be checking to see if this base is up right here. Let's look. He doesn't know that the 3rd is up for Stephano, but he's going to want to turtle up, probably maybe take a 3rd base. Oh, we do see an engagement right here. The lings are going around, and they're going to be able to kill 2 of the Hellions. With the 3rd is taking damage, 3 go down. Now cArn is aware of the 4th base. He's going to lose most of his Hellions. They're a really nice move, though, trying to force the lings through this choke. That's what the AI will normally do. So he did a lot more damage than what he really should have. But the problem is now cArn is down to only 3 lings. There is nice creep spread going all the way about halfway to cArn's base. We see that Stephano is up about 8 in supply, and someone mentioned to use this tab right here, so we see that in terms of army they are about even. cArn is actually a little bit lower. But we see that cArn is shifting toward that mechanical build. Let's see if Stephano is aware of it. He doesn't know about the 3rd factory, but I think he can probably feel pretty safe in assuming that, just because of the fact that the Blue Flame Hellion traditionally follows up into a mech build when you're when you have this double factory setup. Otherwise, you've invested too much in infrastructure. But Stephano is getting Mutalists. I saw them out somewhere, and he also got a Corruptor. A little bit confused about that. But so these Mutalists are going to take out the Hellions of cArn, and we also see Stephano taking a 4th base. So I'm pretty sure that he knows that this is mech. Against mech, you really want to expand, take the entire map, because the mech push is not going to come until your opponent is nearly maxed. That's really where mech's power is in the strong end game army, not going out with 100 supply or anything like that. So Stephano is droning up heavily. He's at 6,400 drones right now. He'll be at around 80 after these drones pop up. He's getting +1 melee attack. He has his Roach Warren up, which is what you want. The only thing is cArn doesn't have his Thor spread out at all. And he also does not have any missile turrets up, so he's going to be taking a lot of damage from these Mutalists, just as he's going to be able to fly back and forth here, unless cArn splits up these Thors, which he's not doing. He has them on the same hotkey. So now cArn is just losing a lot of mining time. Stephano is picking off the gas mining SCVs, which is really nice, just delaying gas from being mined, which is what you need for the mech build. And we see that cArn is forced to move out with some of the Hellions, but he only has about 8. About half of them are damaged, and Stephano's just responding really well. I think he should have maybe a mini wall here with some Evo chambers and stuff, but the Roaches are going to be an adequate defense. We also see him getting the Infestation Pit right here. All really good responses against the mech player. You can Fungal Growth, do extra damage to Armored, which is going to be great against the Hellions. It'll keep them pinned so your Zerglings can go in and do damage, or your Mutalists. You also have the Neural Parasite that you can use on Thors to steal them. And you also have something that most players don't use is the infested Terran. You can toss that ahead of your push, so the siege tanks all focus fire those down, and then you can go in without taking splash damage on your main army. Now, all of those Hellions did get cleaned up, so cArn is back down to only 6. We can see that they are still about even on army supply, but Stephano is just really setting up for the late games. cArn is going to have one chance to push out and do damage, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that. He's taking his third so late, he's getting his siege tech so late, like he only has 4 tanks, you really want more. He's not really making them all that constantly. I think his mineral saturation must be off. No, this is why you need that third base, is so you can continually produce the tanks here that you're going to need for defense. I think right now, Stephano, if he wanted to, could just go in and kill his opponent, especially after these infestors pop. He's up 50 supply. He's getting ready for Hive Tech to get those Broodlords to really break the siege tank position, and he's even upgrading Neural Parasite on the Infestor. So Stephano is just putting himself in a great situation. Like I said, cArn is going to have one chance to break this, because otherwise he's never going to be able to defend this third base. And if he tries to go for the third base and really develop that infrastructure before he attacks, then Stephano is going to have time to get up Broodlords. I think cArn scans, he sees the Hive is on the way. I think he's going to know that he has to attack now. But the problem is Stephano is maxed, and cArn is only at 140 supply. We see that he's lost about twice as much as a Zerg player just from throwing away more and more Hellions. And really nice move there from Stephano, sending only... Really, was it only a couple? No, he lost his Mutalisk to do that. But Stephano is moving out. He's doing a little bit of damage to the front line of Roaches, but he has this secondary Roach force splitting off. No, I thought that was a counterattack. That would have been nice to send in 4 or 5 Roaches. But so Stephano's moving in. He has all of these Roaches just sort of poking in, forcing cArn to siege up, delaying the push as much as he can. I'm kind of surprised that he isn't getting the Greater Spire going. He has the gas for it. He's maxed. There's really nothing else he could do. So we'll see. Stephano does throw an Infested Terran there, and you can see that some of these back siege tanks wasted their shots on the Infested Terran eggs, actually doing a little bit of damage to the siege tank, but Stephano didn't really force the issue. I think he should wait for cArn to get over here and then do a multi-pronged attack, maybe from 3 sides. But Stephano is doing as much damage as he can without taking siege tank fire. He's actually making 7 overlords. You're not supply block, you're max. Not really sure why. Maybe he's going for overlord drops? Do we see? Oh, really beautiful from Stephano there. Just tossing a bunch of eggs onto the siege tank, taking it out from the high ground. But let's see, does he have drop tech? No, he's not even getting drop tech, so I don't know why he got those extra overlords. We'll see. He is getting the Greater Spire. It just started a little bit slow, but really, Stephano is just whittling down the Hellion count of his opponent, and pretty soon he's just going to be able to go in here and take out all of this, because there's only 5 or 6 siege tanks, maybe some type of a backdoor attack as well, coming from the rear and the front. Har har, I know, backdoor jokes, but, deal with it. But, really, cArn is just not in a good position. He's still not maxed. He's only at about 150 supply. I don't know what he wants to accomplish by moving these Hellions, and they're not going to be able to deal with the Roaches. But we see that Stephano is moving in with everything. The Roaches are just taking down everything. He's actually stealing 2 of the Thors. The Infestors do get taken down, but look now, cArn is down to about only 120 supply. He's lost about half of his siege tanks, all of his Hellions. He's down to only 3, and he's just not going to be able to remax as quickly as his opponent. We see that Stephano has made something like 40 Roaches. What's he at right now? 27 Roaches with another 14 on the way. He has about 1,000 more supply in terms of army, but the real story here is that he is maxed. He has 5 bases compared to his opponent's barely 3. Remember, his main is almost mined out, and he's getting ready to tech up to Broodlords. And look right here, all of these Thors are going to be taken down. They're really the ones that can 3-shot Roaches regardless of upgrades. And so we see now that the 1-1 Roaches, just because of the infrastructure behind them, are going to be able to wipe out cArn's 2-2 mech army. He's going to be able to move out right now, and really, Stephano should just be able to walk into the natural and do significant damage. This siege tank is going to get taken out without sieging, and just in case this attack, for whatever reason, doesn't work, Stephano is getting ready with 10 Corruptors. He's going to be able to remax, or reload, I guess would be a better word, reload on Broodlords, and we see that Stephano is just milling about with his 40 Roaches. Expect GG from cArn at any second, really. He has no army whatsoever to speak of. 14 units worth of army versus the 95 of Stephano, and GG from cArn. So Stephano takes the series 2-0 in group stages, and will have to face all of the other players in his groups. If you do want to check out some of his later games in the tournament, I have him versus Marine King, and I'll be uploading a few of his other games as well.